Welcome to Chibuzor Mathphysics. In today's video, I want us to do a comparison and look at the specifications and the functions of both TI-84 Plus Silver Edition Scientific Calculator versus Casio FX991ES Plus Second Edition Scientific Calculator. Both calculators are standard calculator that we use for mathematics, chemistry, biology, physics, and other computations. It is interesting to look at these two calculators and their features and their functional abilities. Both two calculators are very superb as they help us in our computations. When we talk about the price of these two calculators, they are quite extreme. Let's start with the FX. This Casio 991ES Plus Second Edition goes for around 3,000 up to 4,000 depending on where you are and how you want to get it. You can as well get this calculator below that price. But when we compare with this calculator, the TI-84 Plus Silver Edition, it goes for around, this calculator goes for around, let's say, $120 to $150. That should be approximately, let's say 13 to 20,000 Kenyan shillings, and that's what this calculator goes for. It can go be more than that depending on where you are and how you want to get it. But let's see what makes this calculator that expensive. What is in this calculator that you cannot find in Casio 991ES even in the second edition? So we are going to look at the specifications, how to use the calculator for TI-84 Plus Silver Edition calculator versus Casio FS991ES Plus Second Edition calculator for our scientific computations. Especially in mathematics, it is very essential. If you are able to get the TI-84 calculator, please do so, as that calculator is very superb and is going to help you in all your computations. Apart from mathematics, these calculators are ideal for scientists. It is also perfect for engineering course. It is also perfect for polytechnic and science students. So let us look at this scientific and graphical calculator and how they are very important, and even look at the programs that they have come with. Let's start with the Casio 991ES Plus Edition. Many people already know how to use this calculator, but just in case you don't know how to use this calculator, you simply need to put it on. This is the on button, and in the mode you have got several components. We have the compound mode, we have the start mode, we have the complex mode that help us to evaluate complex numbers. For instance, if you take complex mode, simply take number 2 and it will help you to evaluate some complex number like 5i plus 3i, and that will give you some solution which is 3 plus 5i. So it have got a lot of things stored in it. We have base to number n, which we use to find some arithmetic operations. It also have matrices. You have got several kind of matrices: matrix A, matrix B, matrix C, and we've got several other functions. If we go back to mode, let's clear that. For instance, you just click on mode. That will take us back. Now we have the vector, we have the table, we have the equation, we've also have the inequality. We have several other functions that we can find in this calculator. But I think when we look at the TI-84 calculator, then we realize that some of this facility and the faculty of this calculator is limited. For instance, let us go to matrix. In the TI calculator, when we look at this TI calculator, apart from solving, computing matrices, let's put it on, it also helps us to find the row reduced to row echelon form. Of course, this is something you cannot find in the Casio 991ES second edition, except they are going to make the third edition. So let us look at this. For instance, let's go to matrix. Matrix will be here, and if we go up to math, it gives us option for determinant. We are able to find the identity matrix. We are able to go to random augmented matrix. We will just keep on screen. You have several lists here. You have the reduced to reduced to row echelon form. We have the row swap. We have the row plus. We have the hash row. We have the hash row plus. We have so many other faculties that this calculator have. All these things are not, you can't find this in the, let's for instance check what we have in this calculator. If we open the matrix, that will be mode, option number 6. Here let's choose 1 for instance, and take number that. So if we go back to shift, you have the data. This calculator can as well evaluate the determinant. It can as well evaluate the inverse, and this can evaluate the inverse. But when it comes to augmented matrix, you can't find it in Casio, but you can find that in this TI-84 Plus Silver Edition calculator. This Casio scientific calculator cannot draw graph for us, but when we want to draw graph physically, we can use TI-84 Plus Silver Edition in order to draw a graph. For example, let's say that we want to, let's clear this. Let's say that we want to draw a graph. You simply go to this. Maybe the graph we want, I draw this x squared minus 2 before. To draw this, you simply click on this, and you simply have your graph. So you can see how it is easy for us to even draw a graph, and then you know whether it is hyperbola, whether it is parabola, whether it is an ellipse, or whatever kind of graphs that you would like to draw. For example, let's say that we want to draw a graph of let's say 3. Let's say 3x. Let's get x. 3x, for instance, x is just here. Let's get 3x, so x will be this. We take x. We are here. For instance, you simply write the equations. So if we are looking for a graph of 3x squared plus 2, let's see what that look like. This is what it look like. 3x squared plus 2. It gives us this hyperbola kind of graph. So we have several functions in the TI-84 Plus Silver Edition scientific calculator that we cannot as well found in the Casio 991ES Plus second edition. This calculator TI-84 allows us to store some data in it, but to do that you might need to download one more application so that you are able to connect this with your laptop or your phone, and then you are able to store values in this calculator, and you can even have your calculator and the values whatever data you want. You can use this calculator to store your notes, You can even put your PowerPoint in this calculator once you know how to use it. There are several things that TI-84 Plus Silver Edition calculator can do for us. Of course, Casio 991 ES Plus is a very nice calculator, is a good calculator, but we can compare with TI-84 Plus Silver Edition calculator. All of them are good calculators, but you need to know the specifications, you need to know how to use it. This Casio is a bit easier to use compared to TI-84 Plus Silver Edition, as most of the functions in this calculator is straightforward, but most of this function of TI-84 is programmable, so you can program whatever you want in it, and then you are able to use it. And you can use this calculator for those in high mathematics. For instance, if you are evaluating eigenvalues for those doing linear algebra. Of course, is linear algebra 2 a bit advanced from the introduction of linear algebra? It helps us to evaluate the eigenvalues which correspond to some eigenvectors in the linear space. Of course, we are using this calculator for so many computations in mathematics. So watch my previous video on where we do some examples and how to use this calculator when we refer to its mode, when we want to use them to compute, maybe to solve some systems of equations like quadratic, polynomial, simultaneous equation, and many others. I remain your friend Augustine Galagash. Click on the subscribe button if you have not done so, and comment. Let me know what you think about these two calculators. See you in our next video. I remain your friend Augustine Galagash.